Alright, so just like our topic, when to jump in. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So brought to you by Trading Mentor. So one of the topics that I wanted to quickly to discuss and kind of talk about here is when you're looking at buying a stock, a lot of people, they can't wait for the market to open. Okay, the emotions are flying high, they can't wait to get in. Greed is setting in from the sky. Well, I'm here to tell you that the first 20 minutes of the market opening and closing can be a pitfall from hell. Okay, that's just the reality of it. Yes, I've got to be honest with you, just no full disclosure, I've made a lot of money on the opening trade, but reverse side is true too. I've also have lost a lot of money on the opening trade because, as I said in my other videos, the stock market is based off psychology. Okay, psychology is what it is all about. If you do your proper research, you can kind of help mitigate some of these risks. However, I gotta tell you, like I said, the pitfall from hell, it is very, very difficult to do that. And so I took a screenshot this morning right before I was considering making a few trades that I wanted to quickly just kind of show you here for a second. So right here we have the futures for the S&P 500. So obviously it's forecasted out for September of 2017. And sorry, the quality's not so great on this. I took it right off my iPhone, so obviously a smaller screen compared to this. But right here, if you can see, you see about the 9:30. So that will be obviously the Eastern time. But about three to 4 hours prior to the opening of the market, what do you guys see going on right here? I know we haven't quite talked about candlesticks yet, but obviously you can read through the lines and tell that yes, we do have a nice little bull market popping up here on the early Monday morning. So when you're looking at this, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, I should get in on the action because if these people are buying, pushing this market up, you know, if I put a couple grand in or maybe put 500 in, I'm going to make a couple quick bucks. Well, that's the pitfall from hell that I was talking about. So right here about 9:15, it's kind of like a little indicator. It's a little key. These little bands are getting smaller and smaller. Volume bands, if you will. They're not pushing up quite as high. And you can see right here about 9:30, they really start to level off. So the market's opening right here, and look what just happened. The trap just opened up, and the bears have came in, just dominating that first little 2 to 5 minute market right here. Okay, you get a little bull that kind of jumps in, or bear. Yeah, bull kind of push it back up. But the bears just come back, just smacking it down. And that goes on for about 30 minutes until we see right about 10 o'clock, we see a little bit of correction. So you see the two yellow lines parallel to each other kind of going up. And so that was obviously a correction mark. And the market will do this. They will jump up and down until it's able to correct itself. And it does that because it's trying to find its fulcrum, trying to find its pendulum in order to get settled and situated. So you might get a point early in the morning where it's jumping up and jumping down, like $1 to $2 or a couple cents, until it finally bounces right around the middle. And that usually creates like a little minor wedge. Let's go ahead and check and see what happened. So here, yes, I'm using FinViz because I love the FinViz tool. You can see that we had a little dip till about 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the SP. Let's stick to this trade. I wish I could zoom in on here, but not able to see that. So if you guys look in the right corner, the S&P 500. So we were up about 1% for the day. But you can see about 10 a.m., that's that little correction that we just looked at a second ago. And so you might be tempted to jump in there and buy. But what happened over the next hour? It came up just a little bit, and then the bears just kind of took it right over to about 12:30. So right there, 12:30 is obviously the pendulum. But if you look about 12:45, 12:30, there's a little candlestick marker right here, and it kind of looks like a hammer. Well, that is called a hammer to all of us technical traders who like to trade on these stocks. Now, if you look back at 10 o'clock, there's a little bit of a hammer there as well, and that's why I said you might be tempted to trade. And so had you bought that right there, you would have suffered a little loss for about the first 30 minutes and probably tempted to trade, but it did go up a little bit. But that would have been your key indicator to go ahead and get out because that big green band just wasn't enough to kind of push the market up. But like I said, about 12:30, 12:45, we saw a hanging man and a hammer. The hammer's following the hanging man. It's going to be a really good indicator about what's going on with the market. And so I probably would have bought right there. I didn't buy today because I wasn't able to consistently watch this. But going back kind of looking, you can see that from there, had you bought at 12:45, you would have been up a lot more than 1%. Okay, it looks like we're trading at about $24.40 and jumped up about $4. So nice little bounce right there. And so I just wanted to kind of show you guys that because that is a big pitfall. That is a trap that a lot of traders, new traders, you're more experienced and your veteran traders don't usually make those mistakes anymore. In fact, they know how to capitalize and buy option hedges, puts and calls to kind of help mitigate that, straddles. But I want to show that for you guys because I don't want you guys to lose money like I did. Obviously I've been trading for 20 plus years and I've learned, made a few mistakes, and so I just want to pass that all over to you guys. And if you guys have any suggestions, definitely make some comments down on YouTube, and I appreciate that positive review so far. And you guys have a great and wonderful evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.